Hey folks, what's up? Mike Benton here from the Mike Benton team. I hope this video is finding you doing well. If you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe, follow, leave us a comment. We what this channel is about is providing all information about real estate. And it's about listings, it's about buyers, it's about the market, it's about houses. But we want to make sure that we're bringing the best content possible. And after 26 years in the business, we bring a lot to the table. So today's about disclosure versus disclaimer. It is not a fun topic, but it's an important topic. And there is a big difference between the two. So one of the words you really want to grab onto is called latent defects. These are items that you might not be able to see with the naked eye, but it happened. And so when you look at disclosures, is what we want you to do is when you're sitting down with your realtor, and hopefully it's us, but when you're sitting down with your realtor and you're talking, and you're going to get an option to do a disclosure or a disclaimer. There's a big difference between the two. And yes, it could lead to a lawsuit if you don't follow what you need to do. So when you look at disclosure, that is where you're going to divulge, you're going to let the potential buyer know of some defects. It could be leaks, roof leaks. It could be foundation leaks. It could be sump pump leaks. Any type of water intrusion is the big one. Even if you say, well, it only does it once a year, or it doesn't matter. Just disclose it. It doesn't mean it's going to kill the deal or it's going to hurt you, but you got to disclose it so they can make an educated decision if they want to move forward or not, or make an offer in your house. Environmental hazards. If you have like a buried oil tank that is no longer connected, but is buried, is covered up, but it still has oil in it maybe. It wasn't properly disposed of or closed off. You want to let as much as that information be known. Property disputes. Let's say you have a neighbor that is constantly, y'all are bickering, fighting over the location of the shed, the driveway, the property line, and so forth. Not all neighbors are good neighbors, as you know. So anything that's going to affect the buyer in the purchase of that home, you need to disclose it, all right? The second part is disclaimer, is where you say, I have no known defects. Now, you'll see this a lot when we're working, because we specialize with estates and probates. You'll see that a lot where a family member has passed away, and maybe nobody knows the condition of the house. So you can't just make up stuff, so you do a disclaimer. And it's because it's an estate and you didn't live there, you don't know. We see that a lot with a lot of widowers. We see it with a lot of seniors where they just don't know. The spouse handled everything, the spouse, you just don't know. So because you don't know, and there's no, you can't see it, and you don't know about it, you do a disclaimer. So make sure you understand the difference between disclosure and disclaimer. You have to divulge the information to your realtor. They're going to ask you. All right, so you want to make sure. Also on the disclosure, it's a question about permits. If you did any type of construction to your home that would normally require a permit, we're not talking about painting, we're not talking about flooring, we're not talking about windows. Those things don't need permits. We're talking about structural changes, major electrical upgrades, anything that your county where you live would require a permit. So again, it's not a flashy subject, it's not a fun subject, but I promise you it could hurt you in the long run if you don't understand the rules. So if you have any other questions, please hit us up. Let us talk about it. When in doubt, send it out. Don't hide, because that could cost you a lot of money and hurt the potential buyer. So God bless you. Thank you so much for plugging in. Please share. Please share. We really are trying to grow. And every time you share and every time you make a comment, it really helps the algorithms with YouTube and all the other sites that we present this on. So again, give us a call so you can experience the benefits. Have a good one.